Because it's when we get lots of those great insights on parenting and working with your children and grandchildren and the children in your life to help them have the best chance to have a life that is marked by true success. True success. And that's what Triple P Parenting is all about. It's time for Triple P with Trisha. Trisha, welcome back.
Hello.
Hey, Trisha.
Hi.
Morning.
Such a nice day outside. I'm very excited for this
a nice
lovely
day.
weather.
Such a nice day. And we're always excited, Trisha, because not just because, we want to see maybe a new hairstyle that you're sporting, although that is a very nice
I think
look.
it's a bob.
Is that a bob? Is that called a bob?
I have no clue. I was
It's
just
short.
like, I want it short and I want it stacked in the back. Just make it look good.
Above the shoulders.
I could be
great.
completely off base, but with my very limited knowledge of hairstyles, it makes me think of a 21st century page look, like a page bob. Kind of what Cody's saying.
Okay.
I think women everywhere are rolling their eyes right now. Like, Doug, there's no such thing as that. It's a really cool look.
Thank you.
So, Trisha, you've brought wisdom into our midst.
I did.
What do we have today?
So today I want to talk about whining and how we can manage whining with our little ones or big ones if they're still whining.
My stomach was whining just a little bit ago.
Oh, yeah?
I'm trying to skip breakfast.
One of the things I really like about Triple P is we have all these different ways that we can reach the needs of families, whether it be briefly talking about a particular misbehavior or a topic or sticking with the family for a couple weeks. And today I brought in a tip sheet, and with our tip sheets, this one is specifically designed to target whining and how to manage and conquer that irritating habit our blessed children do that drive us nuts.
Sometimes, like in my limited experience, sometimes sweet kids who are great little kids and have the sweetest little hearts almost fall into a routine of whining.
You're correct.
It's interesting how, it's so that's interesting. And you're like, okay, it makes me think this isn't you. And I don't want this to grow and overshadow that great little heart that I see in you.
Right, because kids do what get results. So the more we pay attention to and the more we react and respond to, that's what we can expect more of with our children.
Because they'll remember, hey, that worked.
Right.
I'll try that next time.
Right. So maybe you're doing dishes or you're on the phone and your kids come over and they've politely said, "Excuse me," and you've just chosen to ignore them because, they're being perfect little children, little angel right there. That's great. But you're intentionally like, "I'll get to them in a minute." That child's not realizing that you actually know that they're there because you haven't been able to respond in a way or acknowledge them. So then they start whining because whining's irritating. Sometimes it can be really embarrassing for parents, and it's just like nails on a chalkboard at times.
Interesting.
And that gets more of an instant result from us
It's a
as
means to an
parents.
end.
Yeah. So,
Okay, interesting. So they presented a little opportunity.
mm-hmm.
They say, "Excuse me."
Yeah.
And that was a chance to condition the other way.
Correct.
Okay, when you do that, I will wait to send my Marco Polo response back or whatever it is, and I will honor that. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So there's a couple different tricks on how you can acknowledge a child politely. You can teach, these are learned habits. You teach your kids how to do this.
Okay.
So if you have kids who are impatient and they're like, "Mom, mom, mom," or in your case, dad, dad, dad,
Right. Right.
like you can strategize, come up with games, just come up with different ways. Like, okay, you can say dad once, and then I need you to count to 10 before you say dad again.
Okay.
Or something like that.
I can't speak for anybody else, obviously, but as for me, myself, and I, more often than not, when they're not able to get my attention, I could give it to them.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to finish what I'm doing.
Right.
I could pause. I don't have to keep going. There's no urgency.
Yep.
It's not like, but I don't know why. Like, I'm trying to get better at letting them, when they do it the right way, letting them interrupt me, letting them get my attention. I'm trying to get better, and I think I am with God's help. So, yeah.
And I think that's a continual learning curve for all of us because, there's sometimes we just need to finish it. So sometimes you can say, "You know what? Hold that thought, give me 5 seconds, and I'll give you all my attention."
I love that.
Or, figure out what's going to work for your family. Every family's a little bit different.
And make sure it's not 35 seconds.
Yeah, find way. Like, you start small and then make it larger,
Right.
So one of the things that we've been working with Piper, who's 4, we've been trying to remind her to ask nicely and with manners. And instead of just walking around with an empty cup saying goldfish, 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 we say, honey, can you ask nicely? And she has such a robotic, she knows what to say, but when she says it, it sounds like a robot. And she's like, may I have some goldfish, please? And it sounds just like that. And it's so funny, but at least she knows what we're asking for.
She's getting there. That's good. You guys
Very
are
cool.
persisting.
Very cool.
That's great.
That's great.
So one of the things we can do to help discourage whining is to work on managing it by being consistent as parents. Just like you were saying, you're doing that with Piper. That's fantastic. So you want to tell your child.
I'm sorry, Trisha. Cody was almost all the way through that example about Piper before I realized that he wasn't talking about an actual fish in a cup of water.
Oh my word!
It took I need more coffee.
Crackers.
I finally realized, oh yeah, those little cracker things. So okay.
Poor little girl lost her goldfish.
Right.
So just like Cody was saying, like you want to tell your child what to do. So like Piper, stop whining for goldfish. Ask for them nicely. You're clearly telling her what to stop doing and what to do, because you're setting her up for success. You want her to learn this. You want her to learn it quickly. And then if your child, because whining typically starts around the toddler age, but it can come back if we don't handle it in the toddler age. It can stick around for a couple years or a decade. And you can...
It can come back in middle age
decades.
sometimes.
Yeah, very true. So these strategies work with all ages. And there's times, honestly, my kids are teenagers. They're in high school. If they're having a rough day, they default to this. Like, they're feeling sick, they'll default to whininess, and I go right back on board. I'm like, whoa, love your choice of words, but let's fix that tone, please. Ask again.
Ooh, I like that distinction.
Now, what happens if you are kind of using this and then the reaction that you get is kind of like of frustration or it doesn't go well? Like, how do you move forward?
Or eye rolling.
Yeah. I would encourage you to have a logical consequence.
Okay.
So you're backing up your instructions with a consequence because you're establishing your authority as a parent. Like, I love you. I know this is rough, but you can conquer whining. So you weren't able to ask for those goldfish nicely, Piper. I'm going to use Piper.
That's fine.
So you know what? I'm going to put the goldfish up for 10 minutes, and in 10 minutes, you can try again.
10 minutes.
Man, that's that could start
only
World War
4.
III.
It really could. You're right. But sometimes you have to be prepared for things to escalate a little bit more, because they're going to test you and see, like, okay, does Dad really mean business
Put
here,
on the full
or can I
armor
push
of God.
it?
We're going to wait.
There you go.
Goldfish.
Those goldfish might outgrow the cup.
Yeah, and if they continue to throw a tantrum or it gets worse, you can plan to ignore that, or you can go ahead and set your child in a quiet area and say, like, okay, as soon as you're quiet, you can come out and try again.
Okay.
Feed the goldfish to the dog right in front of them. This is what happens when you whine. Here, have another one, Rover.
Awful.
I'm going to give it to the dog. Here we
that'd be
go.
horrible.
Pouring them in right now.
That'd be horrible. That'd be horrible.
Wow.
I'm just saying that's a great example of what not to do, right?
Oh, my word. But after those 10 minutes are over, you want to come back, honor what you said. It's like, okay, Piper, 10 minutes are over. Would you like to ask for your goldfish nicely?
Yeah.
Reminding her, like,
May I have some goldfish, please?
Yep.
There we go.
So then what would your next step be? Like, hey, can you say that with a smile? I don't know. Does she say that with a robotic smile?
I think she's just trying to she's not doing it sarcastically. She's trying to remember what the words are.
Okay.
And she comes out.
I will do this.
You guys
If
are
she had
already
little
halfway
index
there.
cards with the words, she could just hold it up.
Yeah, one day it might end up being sarcastic. Hopefully not.
That's good. That's good. If your child comes back and they whine again and they're not working, it's not working, go ahead and back it up again. Keep that boundary line drawn.
Okay.
Keep sticking to your words. So maybe instead of 10 minutes, it's 15 minutes.
This sounds like where it makes or breaks a lot of times for us parents.
And we do praise her
Keeping the
after
line.
she says that. And then she smiles. And I think, like, okay, yeah, hopefully we'll start from there next time.
Yeah, you always want to encourage any progress. So, like, she's like, yeah, you got those words down. Good job.
That's
Those
how
are
you do it.
Great manners.
Let's get some of those goldfish.
Then after she just sounds less robotic, you can adjust it. Like, hey, you sound so friendly and nice when you say it like that. I love it.
She's the cutest little robot that they ever will see. Well, cool. This is such good stuff. And so I guess you already said it, but my mind is kind of stuck on how hard it is to toe the line and be consistent.
Mm-hmm.
How hard it is when they are so cute.
They are adorable.
So
Even older ones.
Any thoughts, encouragement on that? I mean, just suck it up, Doug, and do it.
The consistency, this is the biggest struggle I hear from, struggle and challenge I hear from parents a lot. Like, they get the idea, they know the end results that they want, they have their plan, but it's that consistency in the moment. Can I actually be consistent when I, as a parent, am feeling really drained? I'm very distracted. I'm really stressed. We're trying to do 50 different things today. It's really standing your ground and just telling yourself, okay, the consistency is worth it because the end results are going to make my life less stressful.
Because one day you might give into that whining so that you can move on from that interaction.
In my own mind. Mm-hmm. And anyone listening who can identify with this, obviously people can figure that out for themselves. But in my own mind, my desire to be kind can quickly mingle into leniency. Mm-hmm. And it's like, and then I'll read through the book of Proverbs. Yep. And I'll think, oh, that doesn't sound like the way I tend to do it if I'm not careful. But I want to be kind, so it's tough. It's tough. We adore our children. Yeah. And so I realized we just got to step it up. Mm-hmm. Step it up for their sake.
And I believe that consistency piece is really key to a lot of the behaviors we make or break with our kids. Okay. It is the consistency. So I encourage you, if you struggle with consistency as a parent, I know there's times and areas that I do myself. Rally your friends and family around you. Get a support system going. And say, hey, this is what I'm working on. Could you check in on me like every other day to help me stay accountable for this? Like, I really want to tackle this.
Yes.
And I need more people, backing me up here.
And I'm reminding myself too here, and maybe others, to ask the Lord specifically to help us. And, he tells us you don't have because you don't ask, Dougie boy. So keep asking. And
Triple P can be that support as well.
Yes, Triple P can help you as well. And you will find people with like-minded values there. They want to help you with your children. The place to go?
It's tripplepelkhart.org.
tripplepelkhart.org. And listen, we know the WFRN is blessed to reach 30 counties. You might be a long way from Elkhart County. They will help direct you to a resource. There's some on the website.
There are some on the website. We do have several events coming up in Napanee and in Elkhart. We have more that are going to be announced and on the website soon.
Cool. I love your
But
events.
we also have a web-based service. So if you are too far away, give us a call, shoot us an email, and we will hook you up with a practitioner and curriculum and such that you can go through online on your own at your own time.
Okay.
Wherever you are.
Whether you're from Kokomo to Kalamazoo, as we sometimes say, they would love to help you. Again, tripplepelkhart.org. Events, any live events on the near horizon? Maybe not because the school year just started. Okay.
Oh, no, we do. We have one coming up.
Should know.
Well, we just had one at CAPS on the 24th.
I'm amazed at how many of your events
coming up on the 24th.
I'm amazed at how many provide childcare, free childcare with the free event. It's amazing.
Yeah. Parenting's tough enough. You got to work. You got to get your kids. You got to feed them. Then you got to get somewhere new for an evening. We do our very best to serve the family as a whole. Yep.
Very cool.
Coming up soon, we got events on the 24th, the 30th, teenagers, topics for younger kids, topics for families who have children diagnosed with a disability. So check us out, look into it, find the one that's going to fit the needs of your family the best, or just to come encourage yourself.
Okay, Trisha, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Trisha.
We'll be back in the near future with another episode of Triple P with Trisha, brought to you and made possible by Triple P Parenting of Elkhart County. Find out more at tripplepelkhartcounty.org.